Let's get rolling on a Thursday. Glasses in session. We go to the Glasser guest line and check in with Pat Perry of the Tour Junkies, who's joining us. Give Pat a follow on X at Tour Junkies. Pat, great to have you on in late September, man. Talking a little golf. Ryder Cup, one of the best sports events of the year. And, what do you make of this one? Because it feels like right now the U.S. are the heavy favorites. We know how much home soil means in this event. But from an eye test standpoint, doesn't it feel like Team Europe at this point might be the stronger team?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And you said it, PJ. This is quite an event. I think it's going to be a great year. Bethpage, New York, the crowds are going to be crazy. So it's one of my favorite events. This will be my third one. I'm actually heading out tomorrow to go to it. So I cannot wait. But I agree. I think this European team, just from top to bottom, seems a little more solidified. You've got a lot of experience on this team. I think the guys that are new are actually, they fit in nicely. And they've, just traditionally what we've seen over the last 20 years, the European Ryder Cup team has just gelled a lot more than the U.S. team. And you've had some moments for the U.S. team, but I think I really want to see what this U.S. team can do against this really strong European Ryder Cup team. So I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of great players, a lot of players that are playing really good golf right now too. So I can't wait.
No doubt. A lot of rookies, especially on Team USA, Pat. Excited to see how they handle this environment. From a betting standpoint, would you hold more stock into like a regular week on the PGA Tour where it's all about course fit for you? Or do you really look at the guys that thrive in these Ryder Cup settings, right? We think about like guys like Ian Poulter, Justin Thomas, like these guys that are always great in these kind of events. Do you hold more stock in that, or are you still looking at which guys you think their game best fits Bethpage Black?
I think for me, and anybody that knows me on the Tour Junkie shows knows that I'm kind of a course history, course fit guy. But for the Ryder Cup, I throw it out the window. They're going to set this up to favor the U.S. team, however that might look. But I think when you're looking at who you're betting on and who you like for Ryder Cups, you got to go with the guys that have that dog in them. The guys that can play well in matches, that have just that fiery attitude, because that's important. They're going to have crowds, if you're a European player, you're going to have all this crowd against you. If you're a U.S. player, you got them all with you. You've got to be able to react to that in the right way. And I think that's important. So there's a lot of outside factors with a Ryder Cup that I actually do pay attention to that I probably wouldn't in a normal tournament. But for this one, I want the guys that have that dog, and I want the guys that have experience too. I think you'll see that the rookies, they can play well in their debuts. I think captain's picks, though, historically have not actually done that well. So you can look at factors like that. But for me, again, I'm going with the guys with the fiery attitude, the guys that I just think can, when it comes down to 18 and they got to win a match, they're going to make that putt to win.
Totally makes sense. Pat, let's start talking about some of those guys. Let's start with the home team, Team USA. Who would be some guys that you would look at to target, especially on like Sunday singles when they're going one-on-one? Guys that you think could be a great money line, underdog bet, maybe some value out there. They could be the top U.S. point scorers. Scheffler, obviously, the big favorite. Any guys on the U.S. team that you're really clinging to this week?
Well, I think, everybody could sit here and talk about Scheffler, right? He's the best player in the world. I think he's probably got a chance to get the most points. But why don't we think about the guy who's probably going to be on the other side of Scheffler playing with him, and that's Russell Henley. Russell Henley this will be his rookie year playing in a Ryder Cup, but he just played in a President's Cup last year. He was 3-1. He played, I think, 3 times with Scotty. They played excellent together. They may have lost one, but I know they had a winning record together. Russell was 3-1 again at the President's Cup. I think Russell Henley is one that we really should be targeting, whether it's in a matchup bet for total points versus another European player or just total points. I think he's going to be really good this year. And he comes from that background. He played for the Georgia Bulldogs. They were a great match play team. He won national titles with them. He won matches there. So I think whether it's singles, whether it's foursomes, whatever it might be, best ball, I think he's going to be an excellent partner. So I'm definitely looking at Russell Henley really across the board. Another guy that I really like is Justin Thomas. Now, Justin Thomas has kind of had mixed results this year. He's played well recently, played pretty well at the Tour Championship. But I think Justin Thomas is the guy that I just mentioned that really has the dog in him when it comes to Ryder Cups. He has a fiery attitude. He's a really good putter when he's on. I think he's going to do that well this week. So I think when you're looking at guys that can play well on the U.S. side, I definitely would look at Justin Thomas. And then another one, Patrick Cantlay, a guy that a lot of people don't like to like. He plays slow. He had the controversy at the last Ryder Cup in Italy, but I think he's another guy that really thrives in this situation. So Patrick Cantlay is someone else that I think you should look at when it comes to betting on the U.S. guys this week.
If I had a hat, Pat, I'd be waving it for you for Cantlay, right? That was a lot of
Love
fun.
him or hate him, he's going to be good. He's going to be good.
Absolutely it, right? And he's got that kind of demeanor that you love in the Ryder Cup for sure. What about on the European side? They're running it back. They got a great team, so much talent. These guys play with each other a bunch. Who would be the guys that you would look to back on Team Europe?
Two guys that I like right off the bat are both live guys, actually. Jon Rahm. I think Jon Rahm's going to have an excellent Ryder Cup. He's another one that we know has just that Spanish fire to him. He kind of took over the flame from Sergio Garcia. And so I think Jon Rahm is somebody you should really look at. And another guy, same thing, Tyrrell Hatton. I think Tyrrell Hatton is a guy that I think you actually might see Tyrrell and Rahm play a little bit together. If they don't, that's a pairing I would love to see. But Hatton's another one that's been playing well. He's played well in majors this year. I think that you look for Hatton is somebody that I think can really have an excellent Ryder Cup. And then, you got guys like Rory. I mean, Rory is he just won a few weeks ago. He's another guy that I think is going to go well. But I would, my targets are going to be Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton.
Totally makes sense. Pat, any other specialty bets, right? I mean, there's so many markets, so many fun things you can bet at the Ryder Cup outside of these head-to-head matchups and maybe the top point score. Anything else that you've seen in any of these betting markets that you think could be a fun angle to look at?
Well, I mean, there's always a fun angle like that. You could see a hole-in-one in the Ryder Cup. I think that's one that we could look at. You're going to see probably one. I think another one that you could look at is I really like the matchups. Now, I know that's probably one that's normal, but I think these total points matchups are really good to look at because I think there's some advantages. There's some plus money bets there of guys that I think we could really zero in that could win. Outside of that, I'm probably just going to be mainly sticking to, who I think is going to win total points, who I think is going to win outright in the matchups, and then who is going to win overall. And I got to go with my U.S. team because I think at the end they're going to be the ones to win it. The other one you could do is actually if you think that U.S. could have a lopsided win, which they did last time at Whistling Straits over in the U.S. If you think they can have a lopsided win, you could look at the numbers there. Like maybe they're going to win by 3 or 4 points. Take a little risk there and bet on that.
I love it. That was gonna be my final question for you, Pat, is who you like to win, but you're rolling with U.S.
Yep, they're my team all the way. I'm going to be wearing my Brookline shirt that actually has my face on it. So I'll be there. Look out for me at the Ryder Cup wearing this shirt. And, it's U.S. all the way.
Man, can't wait. Setting the alarm 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday for some live sports. Going to be a beautiful thing. Pat Perry is going to be on the ground there at Bethpage. Give him a follow on X at Tour Junkies. Make sure you guys check out the Tour Junkies podcast as well. Pat, have an awesome time, man. Always appreciate you joining us here on Send It In. Hope to talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you. Go USA.